So unfortunately, the budget does not allow for a pint in the tap and spile today, but it's a very, very nice building. Well worth a visit. It pops out onto the canal front just down here, which we can show you. Yeah, excellent pub, craft beers and all that. It's just a little bit expensive, mate, and I'm just on lunch, so you know.
There's not enough female anglers either, because you could be cooking them on the bank, couldn't you?
Kind of cool is with this new Osmo 2, which I'm still enjoying. It's alright, but when you walk around with it, you just look like you're looking for ghosts, because it doesn't really look like a camera. It looks like you've just got possibly a voice recorder. Actually, that you could probably look like that, but you're just holding it horizontal because you can keep that tilt locked. Or if it's built-in gimbal, yeah, you don't look too much like you're filming, which I think is a major plus to keep people feeling a little bit less wary, and you get to get some more natural shots of people walking around and getting on with their day, which is pretty nice. So I don't actually have a plan for this video. I'm just having a walk around, mate, see if there's anything cool going on. I've actually got 4 hours to kill. Well, maybe 3 and a bit. We're going to be back in time. But yeah, and only half an hour of footage anyway, so it is what it is. We'll actually be here this weekend. It's the baby's 6-month birthday, and I believe we're all going to the Sea Life Centre, which will be nice. Which is just over there. It's been there the bloody ages and ages. This is Ouzel Square, I believe. Not actually sure who Ouzel is. We had Ouzel Street, nice cobbled one that runs out towards that way. It's all very brindley. A rather old canal boat junction, but you keep to the right if you didn't know. But yeah, the old Turn Junction, I believe. Again, I implore you to go back in the channel and have a look at the kayaking videos. We've been down here. It was a lovely time. The hottest day of 2023 and 24, I think I managed. And always so much fun. Oh, Samar closed. Let's go look at my old job. Because again, if you go back in the channel, you'll see a drayman's a day in the life of a drayman, and that was a short-lived but enjoyable job. But my back would never have kept up with the damage anyway. But we'll see if they're still open. It doesn't look like it, which is a shame. Maybe they're at 5 o'clock now. Such is the way of the craft beer bar. Jump in the comments, have you ever been to, or had, or drank, or tried a Samar beer? I enjoyed them. Are they all done? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. So it looks like Samar have gone into administration. Oh. I heard that the Waterloo one had closed down. That's different. Hardly surprising. Bit of an enterprise that. There was many venues opening up, closing up. In my very short tenure of working there, actually, I closed 2. I think I closed one in Rugby, and I think Leicester actually, and also one in Sutton Coldfield. At the same time, new ones were opening every so often. I think Harborne opened in the old Paper Duck. Yeah, just crazy. But the guy would be brewing every week. I'd be shifting 50-litre kegs, 30s. But yeah, I didn't know if it was selling too well. And there was obviously a massive boom in craft beers in the area at that time. Like there's even Hudson Turner, Burning Soul, plenty of others. And I think it just got a bit saturated. And the winners are there now. You've got the one in Sturchley, Attic, they've done amazingly well. Yeah, Burning Soul still doing great. Birmingham Brewing Company, I think, are doing fine. Glass House doing okay. So, you know, plenty of survivors, but at the same time, that's a lot of breweries in Birmingham, isn't it? Actually, one of the things I do want to do for this channel before it's too late is it's a little bit outside the jurisdiction of Birmingham. But I want to head towards Wolverhampton and pop into the Banksy's brewery and catch the tour in there, which I believe is £8, and I think they're running them until August, which is when a lot of Banksy's beers are being dropped from the repertoire, which is really sad. But at the same time, apparently the demand isn't there, and if the demand ain't there, what are you going to do? This is nice. Again, sorry now if the wind is bad. I have no idea how well this camera puts up with the wind. I'm assuming not great because it comes with a microphone. That's nice though, isn't it? Oh, very good. And another thing on the to-do list, and actually something to mention, of a little bit of crowd participation with the channel. And Claire Aurora, your comment has been noted, and I will be visiting this soon. Annoyingly, I was actually not involved with the building or opening of this thing, but when they did their first major launch, my old company was supplying the uplighters and the nice things to theme it out a little bit right at the start. And I'm glad to see it's really working out. I think it's a National Trust job now, is it? Is that right? Cool though. Should we walk through? Yeah. Yeah. So what, this is I can't remember now. Is it a repair yard for boats, or is it just storage of grain and that? Can't remember. But I did come down here once before the major refurb and just had a look around because this was vaguely abandoned, I think. Well, it's good, isn't it? It doesn't look like actually it is a National Trust anymore. Is it completely self-funded? You what? Look at all this. Mental. Nice old sack truck there. It looks like we're closed today. Oh no, it is National Trust. I think. There's a National Trust sign on the wall there. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the state of things last time I came down, but that's 1989. Cool. Cool. Lovely, innit? They do not build them like they used to. And they never will. Far too much of a rush. Oh, a nice bit of rain. Like that. I like that. Right, juxtaposition time. We've got the Mass House-esque embankment. Apartments and housing or whatever. But let's just enjoy the old brickwork whilst it lasts. It's lovely. But yeah, it got a bit weird around it. We're not far from the flapper and all that goodness. I'm sure, yeah, if you go into the kayaking video, I parked up there for a cider and it was nice. But yeah, it's a weird little place because obviously when the clean air zone came into Birmingham, you got all these people who live here, and I don't think they're quite the richest people. I know you're living in the city centre, but I think a lot of them are poorer families, and they basically just had the cars took off them because obviously they can't afford anything that's Euro 6 or you know, good enough for the clean air. So they had a little respite break when the charges came in originally, but in the end I think they just had to give their cars away. Scrappage scheme 2.0 essentially. But we got some lovely old buildings this way. Look at an old chimney over there. Should have a look. Part of the Chimney Appreciation Society now after watching quite a lot, maybe too much, of Fred Dibner bloody documentaries. But obviously there's a little stump that's been left. I do want to find some old photos, panoramics of the how many chimneys would have been in the area when industry was at its peak, because I am reading a book on the mysterious death of industry as well in England or Britain. But yeah, there have been chimneys absolutely everywhere, absolutely. I think I've rattled on a bit too much now, and I won't have enough memory to do my intended purpose of the day, which was a historical walk around the mailbox, because I've just downloaded a load of old photos and it's very interesting. But actually the building isn't that old. It was built in 1970, spoiler alert, and yeah, bought out for £3 million in 1997, ready for its millennium makeover into a retail space. But still interesting enough. The cool question is, was the tunnel running from there to the train station always there, the reptilians, or was it built in the 70s, you know? I imagine it was built in the 70s, but it's good to conject. But yeah, I've got 16 minutes of footage left for today. I intend to keep this very small memory card just so I don't rattle on too much, and it makes me be a bit more selective with my footage and what I choose to film. Yeah, maybe that's working out, but maybe I do just need... It's cheap now, isn't it? I'm still in like a 2007 mindset that it's going to cost me £1 million for a gigabyte. Well, in fact, I could probably buy a gigabean Terra chicken for $23.99, Argus. So we've got the Sherborne Mill building here, established in 1829, and obviously turned into apartments and shops and that, just like everything else in the area. What do you reckon was milled in the Sherborne Mill? Wood? Nah. Flour? Maybe. I'll find out. What's that over there? James Baldwin and Sons Limited, I think. It's nice, isn't it? They don't do it like they used to, mate. Oh yeah, I can show you what I mean by it. Look like I'm ghost hunting now. You ready? Let me just lock. So I'm going to lock it on tilt. On follow. Tilt locked. Right. So now I'm moving the camera horizontally, vertically, horizontally, and nothing moves. It's magical. Here you go. That's what I look like. You just kind of, just like that. Which is good, isn't it? Crazy. That's a massively undersold perk of this camera. So if you are looking at getting a Osmo, is that what I've got? A DJI Osmo. This is a Pocket 2. The Pocket 3 is out, and the Pocket 3 has amazing quality, but it is a lot chunkier. This is very small, inconspicuous. So yeah, I recommend them, but we will see how the sound turns out, actually, because it could be trash. Where does that bridge go? I don't think I've ever been on it. Let's walk over that. Oh, dead Pidgey. Oh. So a slight marina down here. Again, last time I came down here myself, I was in an inflatable boat. Roll on summer. Oh yeah, I got the lurgy. Rubbish. It's been a 2-rounder, 3-rounder. Started off as a tickly throat, not a cough, which turned into a sore throat, which I hate. I hate sore throats, it's the worst thing. And then that dissipated, and then yeah, the nose started cocking up and coughing's happening, and it's all just going a little bit wrong. But as always, keep moving, don't stop what you're doing, just enjoy the time you do have, because if you're on 2 legs and breathing, even if it's through your mouth, you're winning, aren't you? You're winning. And I think yesterday, so it's actually February the 5th today, and I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, it was National Don't Go to Work Day, or, you know, sickie day, pull a sickie day. Because apparently, come the end of January, everyone's all sad because they've done dry January. So they went out, got absolutely twatted on that weekend at the end of January, and then can't go to work the next day. So where are we now? Sheepcote Street? Don't know. Yes. Okay. Back down there. I've got a collection of naughty patches here. Over how many days? 28th of Jan, 31st of Jan, and someone's had a little look at that one. Oh, there's another one in the car. He ain't paying them, mate. It's over. I can't remember which car park it was, but I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one that we walked through at the top of 5 Ways, Broadway Plaza. There was a car in that car park for bloody ages, and I think it just got ridiculous how many tickets it had, like thousands of pounds. Almost a joke how many they put on there, because it was clearly abandoned. There's about 2 inches of dirt on there, and I'm sure it was in the news. We'll find it. I will find it and I will put it in the video. Okay, bye bye. Alright, just deciding, that's hideous, isn't it? That is hideous. I'm not going to take the tilt lock off because long. Crescent Theatre, never been myself, delivered a couple of things there, some handheld mics and whatnot, but never done a show. But apparently I should just ask, and they'll let any old freelancer idiot work there and push some faders, so I will ask at some point. And this is bringing us back into Ouzel Square, basically, which I'm not going to go back in. So this thing is new, not particularly massive. I think it's all apartments as per. It's just a lot of real estate passing hands, isn't it? That's all this seems to be. It's already trash. Thank you. Is that Jeff on the tags there? But you've successfully made it look absolutely awful. Well done. Oh, there's another one. That's older though, isn't it? Yeah, that's an old Broad Street relic just behind it. And there's another one. Is this 3 buildings? What? So the one at the back's old, I think, on the far left. This middle one I remember going up. Wow. Yeah, so it's all new. This one's rubbish, I don't like it. The middle one's kind of, no, it's rubbish as well, Christ. Yeah, who are they for? Who are they for? No one's got any money, as far as I'm aware. No one wants to live in the city centre, as far as I'm aware. So, what the hell is all this? Couple of jobs in there in my time, very cool. New snobs just down there. We're at 5 Ways. We've been here before to get on the big walk video from last summer. That was a good one. Enjoyed that. Very comprehensive, rattling on about absolutely nothing. And just it was more a talk on my experiences of Birmingham and growing up here. Well, walking around here a bit. Oh, there it is, the figure of 8. We're going to go there and chill. So, back onto Gas Street. This is the one with the old gas building on it. Very interesting. But yeah, that was nice. Just completed my chicken and rice, which was genuinely awesome. It was like half a chicken in the spoons and a few coffees. And had a little read up on a brilliant little book on the Internet Archive called Birmingham, not much to promise. And it's basically the memoirs of a bloke who moved into the Perry Common area of Erdington in the 20s, I believe, and then growing up through school, going to get a new job in a very only like slightly pre-war time. Should I go down? Where should I go? This way. But anyway. But yeah, growing up, so he's basically trying to get a job just before 1939. This is 1938, and it was just interesting reading about how even then the distrust in the news and media about the truth and gravity of the situation was a thing, which I wasn't expecting. But anyway, all cool. Let's go this way. I want to go into that. I'll do a big video on that book, because he basically moves to Perry Common when it's brand new and there's nothing surrounding it. Witten Lakes is there, there's windmills, there's all kinds, but there's nothing in Brookvale, and there's basically nothing from Perry Common all the way to the city centre, which is brilliant. An interesting thing actually that just happened in the Figure of 8 pub. It's just a Wetherspoons, it's been there for a while, it does well, and it's actually nice because it brings the older boys in and they can afford a pint and a catch up with their mates and still be in the city centre. But it's just funny to me how a very simple action can cause a huge conversation. And basically all he'd done was one of the guys had tilted his chair towards the table, and as in to save it for someone who was coming later, and there was just loads of people in the pub saying, "Oh, I haven't seen that for bloody years, mate." And then yeah, loads of conversation then about little trivial things that have died off in the meantime. But you know, I love stuff like that. water, we will head up the steps to the rear of the mailbox, and that'll do. That's all I've got for today. I've got 4 minutes left of footage. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it's been a little bit of a subdued kind of nice little stroll about, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I just want to lock all of this information in. And actually, I've got a little thing I want to talk about before I head inside, so I'm not going to enter this. I've got a little chat just about how being a part of history, just by being around and jumping into certain opportunities, is very cool, and it's turning into stories to tell as we look into another closed venue. So yeah, the Somar thing that we walked past in the NIA a bit earlier on the canals over that bridge, that's where I did all my drayman job. And I did my drayman job because it was the middle of summer. I wanted to stay fit. Lockdown had just ended and I had a little bit of time and I'd just gone freelance, so it was like a top-up wage just in case the freelancing didn't go well. And I did enjoy it. There was sometimes the hours were a bit long, there was a lot of lifting and the logistics were a nightmare. But seeing that place closed down now, pretty sad. My experience, and I know a lot of people didn't have the same experience, but I had no problems. Management was fine, the people were fine, all the staff in all the venues, Leicester, Worcester, Town, Sutton Coldfield, all brilliant. And it was in the Commonwealth era as well, so it was like kind of top Birmingham times really. But yeah, they've all closed, and it sounds like even the last one in Harborne has literally closed down about 4 days ago. And it appears to be a bit of mismanagement, a bit of money fiddling and all these things. So it's sad to see it's finally collapsed, but maybe it was a bit too good to be true. It was brewing all the time. It was probably the first brewery to be inside the NIA. All their storage was like down underneath, so I had a chance to look in all those little bits on canal level, which were brilliant. And I did it all whilst driving a Morris Minor to and from work for a bit, so it was a weird time. But yeah, it's something that I can tell my daughter, my future kids. Now I just lived through this little era of craft brewing in Birmingham, where each tiny independent industry had their own little drayman. I did it for Houghton Turner as well. These aren't old names, these are all come and went in the last kind of 5 years. But it's nice to have been a part of it. And I don't know, if I wasn't a part of it, maybe no one would tell the story and no one would know it even happened. But glad to be a part of it, glad to have documented it. And I don't know, whatever year you're watching this in, is it 2040? Is it 2050? Is it tomorrow? I hope you're enjoying a bit of modern history that I'm trying to provide. Anyway, I've got 1:25. I'm going to call it there. We will have a walk up the stairs because I've got time, so spin this around. It's nice in the summer, I promise. But yeah, this is all 1970s. It's nothing too new. It's changed hands now. Harvey Nichols, little retailer, well, massive retailer, took up 45,000 square metres of space here. And then I think in the last year or so, a hell of a lot of retail space has been converted into office space. So all changed, sign of the times and that.